Hello, everyone. We'll start our event. It's live webinar about TMS, Transport Management System, ABM TMS. This webinar will be about last mile and cost-effective approach. And let me introduce our speakers. The first one, it's Alex Shear. It's our CEO, ABM Rinkai TMS. It's our leader. And of course, he has a lot of experience in transport logistics. Alex, hello. And
hello.
My name is Yuri Bolbuch. I'm CCO, and in general, my sphere is sales and negotiation with our clients. And speaker Mary Kravchenko, head of customer success. And this guy will tell about specific TMS effects and our projects. And of course, we will wait your question in chat. And during this time, we will have answer and we will try discuss about your question. Please send question. And let me introduce a little words about our company, because TMS Rinkai, it's part of a big group of company, ABM Cloud. And we have more than 250 implemented projects. We have a lot of employees, and our team are really great because we are working in different countries, about 17 countries, and we have really interesting, effective, and really good solution, about 10 solutions. It's map because we are international team and we have a lot of clients in different countries. And I will say that we try control a lot of logistic process. For example, in our TMS, we plan more than 5,000 roads in a day. And these roads control in Europe, in all Europe, are planned by ABM Rinkai TMS. And now I introduce short phrases about our solutions, because we have different solutions. For example, for inventory, for warehouse management system, digital distribution, marketplace. Also, we have solution for financial, loyalty, and etc. Of course, in this webinar, we will talk about ABM TMS. But if you're interested in different our solution, of course, we will send you information, or maybe we need some of meeting, online meeting, when our team explain detail in this solution. Our clients in general, it's different company. In general, it's about manufacturer, distributors, and they have different location, a lot of vehicles, a lot of departments, and we help our clients control logistic process, and of course develop their system management. It's my first perform, and I ask my colleagues to continue our meeting. And first speaker, it's Alex. Alex, please.
Hey, Yuri, thank you. So I will share my screen to continue the presentation. So first of all, let's see what are the problems actually that our solution can solve. So many customers come to us with actually 3 different categories of the problems or some issues they want to solve. So first of all, it's like the high expenses. So it's like a higher cost for delivery. It's maybe some low margin in the end. And to increase the profit of the business, they should do something with this. So the second thing is about the client service. So if you want to provide some new services for the client, you want to deliver fast and right in time. In this case, you need some kind of like different way to plan the roads of delivery. And also, this is the third problem, you have to have some very efficient tools to control. Is your driver right in time? And that's why our solution consists of few blocks that cover all of these, actually all of these parts. So we have like 4 different tools for any company. So first is the road planning engine. It's state-of-art artificial intelligence system that can create very optimal roads, and it also contains some intellectual part that help you to decrease the cost in first, but reach all the restrictions that you have, load capacity, time windows, and etc., etc. The next thing is the road execution. We have the mobile app for the driver. It's like the digital road plan, how to do, and it's like the digital interface for the driver to manage all the orders on the location and send the notification for your logists to inform what are the current status of this or that delivery. The third thing is about the logist interface to control all the drivers right in the time, and we need to provide him actual data and actual differences between planned road and actual road. So is the driver late now? Yes or not? Is there some forecast that he will be late for example, for some few clients further? So all these tools consist in our delivery control tools. And last but not least, actually, the most important thing is the analytics model. It helps you to find out what are overall picture. So you can find out what is the issues with your delivery, you can improve and increase your profit, decrease your latencies, and so on. In average, the effects that we bring to the clients is like 10% fleet optimization. So you need a less number of vehicles to deliver the same amount of goods. The second point is dramatically decreasing of costs, about 20%. And the third one is reduction of delays. So it's like dramatically increase of service level you providing to your customers. How it works? We will have like 2 simple steps to explain why the system brings you this efficiency. So first of all, let's fantasize and picture that we have 250 locations. So it's like 2 examples. The standard one is dividing into few zones, yeah, and calculate some amount of vehicles that is needed to serve this zone, and it's easy to manage. But if you have the order size fluctuation, so you have today maybe some 10 kilograms, tomorrow it should be like 100 kilograms, and maybe in a week it could be like 1 ton on the same location. So you have to take it into account. Also, you have to take into account the order volatility. So some clients can miss the order or make some double ones. So all this push you to have some a little bit increased fleet. And the third thing is like a time window. So you also have to contain this option in your roads. So if you have, for example, like 4.5 vehicles per each zone that is needed really, so you will just uh, use 10 vehicles because you don't have like a half a vehicle that's delivering some part of locations. What our engine do? It calculates nowadays task and combine the facilities of your fleet with the needs of your delivery. So it creates like 9 rows and you have decreasing of one vehicle or like 10%. But that's just the first thing. So if you fantasize that you have, for example, 100-kilometer road in average, then our engine will build more optimal link between all the location in the road. So it will decrease mileage like in 10%, and it also bring you some saving of driving time, and it will help you to decrease the pressure on your fleet for a little bit. By the way, it also can help you with the sequence because it also create the right sequence of visiting of locations during the road. So you have some saving time when the driver explained to the warehouse workers how to upload the vehicle. So it also brings you some little bit savings of time. And then we'll switch to step number 2. It's like the control. So if we find out and very precisely control all these measures, so we'll find out that some locations is not actually spent so much time as it needed. So if we have, for example, 250 locations, and we, for example, will save a 1 minute for each of them, so it will bring us like 4 hours of driver time. And this will help us to decrease the number of roads actually to 8-1, as you can see. So it's like the same number of locations, the same orders, but now it's not even the 9, it's like the 8 vehicles we needed. So that's how it works. Also, you can figure out what are the expenses and where are they. So I will a little bit further show you how it's easily do with our tools. And now I'd like you to answer some simple question. What kind of type protein you are using now? You will see the question in your interface of Zoom. Can you please choose, are you use dynamic, like I explained, or static, like using the zones and direct vehicles that is serving this zone? So guys, can you please provide the static, dynamic. For now, it's like 50-50. Okay, we have like
interesting result, by the way.
Yeah, we have like 50-50 for dynamic or static, and that's good actually, because the dynamic provides you the flexibility and the static is like a hammer. Yeah, it just works. But it spends a lot of costs. So let's get back to the presentation. So how the process should work in our system. First of all, you download the data from your ERP system to our engine and create the roads by using the road planning engine. Then you export all the created roads to your accounting system or ERP and prepare all the documents you need to upload the vehicles. Based on this document, the warehouse staff prepare the all goods they need to deliver. Then, then the driver load the vehicle and drive to the roads. And then the last step connects that you switch to the logists who control the process of delivery and solve all the issues that could be going on during this. So now let's switch to the demonstration of the system. I suppose it will be more interactive. Just a second. So now we have the demo data. We have the United Arab Emirates area, and we have few locations according to this territory. So we have the depot, yeah, and we have several vehicles that is available here. Also, we have some limit of our uploading gates, so how much vehicle we can upload at once. For now, we have like 400 orders to deliver. How it works? It's very, very simple. You just hit optimize button and engine starts to work. Here you can see the price you will pay for overall delivery of these all locations. And by the way, as you can see, the system finds the better solution and decrease the cost of our delivery. So we start about 1,000 more, and now we reach the bottom line of our costs. We spent just a few seconds, but already create all the routes that we needed. And as you can see, first of all, for the vehicles, we not use some of them because they're not needed. So the system pick up only the most cost-effective vehicles and build these cost-effective routes. The second option, we can see that the utilization of our warehouse facilities. So we can find out that we have the gaps and we can plan some other work on this. And the third actually option that we have is a list of the roads. Each road have already created the vehicle. It have some list of the customers. And as you can see, despite of some different time windows, we have this red line in the middle of the time windows that shows us that we match this. So we can be right in time. Also, you can view the road on the map. You can see some of your locations and some parameters of the order that you needed. You can obviously check this. Also, I would like to show you that the system use all the restriction and limitations. So if there is some road that couldn't be drive through with some heavy vehicle, the system understands this. And it create the road around or use some other vehicle that is fit to our restrictions. So to save the time, I will just switch to our control model and what we have here. So for example, here we have the list of the vehicles that deliver something. Yeah, each block is a client that's situated somewhere. And what we can see, first of all, we can see the mileage that planned and differences that actually the driver provided. We have the average time at customer and some saving or extended time that driver provides. We have some average speed and differences, and also each block is colored by the certain status. So if we visit this location, we can see it's like green. If we visit late, so it's yellow. If it's not visited, so we don't have the GPS data, then we have it's like a red. Actually, you can check all the planned and actual roads in here on the map. So this red one is actual, and this blue one is what is planned. So we have like extra mileage in here, and it's very, very clear. Also, you can use the analysis button to find out overall picture of the whole day. So you have the difference in mileage per each vehicle. You have a difference in time at locations per each vehicle. You have late starts or late finish for each road. You have also any unplanned stops. So if some driver stands somewhere for 1.43 minutes, you can easily check it where it was using the Google map and some Google view, so you find out where is he. The next option is that you have unvisited locations, some not in time visit, and differences. What is going on and how late you are. Also, you can find where you save some time or where you extend, on what locations you spend more than it planned. So let's switch to our next module. It's the analytics. So what we have here is the dashboard according to mileage. We have, for example, like 2 depots. We have number of rows. You can see what amount of data we are now calculating. So it's like 2,000 roads per first depot and 3,000. So like totally it's 5.5 thousand roads. And we have the data like click and see for any date, for any depot, for any driver and vehicle. So we can see the planned kilometer, actual, the difference, and so on. So actually, it brings us the ability not focus just on delivery parameters, but we also can fit what's going on with our clients. What are the status of visits? So how much visits was in time per each month? For example, here is the information for 4 months, and how many visits we have, the dynamic of lateness. So we can see here that it was normal, but some going on, yeah, and we have some intervals where we have the big latencies. Also, you can find out that for each client, you have a story of visits. So actually you can open it, just a second. It's too much data, I suppose. And you can see for each date, what was the time window. You can see it could be different one. And was your visit late or not, and what time you visited, and how many times you spend it in there. Also, you can work with the clients using our tools of geocoding, and you can select it directly on the map, for example. So you can see the map, and if we need to find out what's going on here, we just select it, and that's it. So we have the data. What was the overall price for service in this area? What was the price per kilogram in actual or planned weight? So for each client, we have the score. Also, we have the managing the costs in here. So you can not just look what was the overall amount. You just can switch to the cost structure and find out what was the drivers of your costs. So the major one we can see here is like price per kilometer. So if you have some increasing of this price, so you can forecast that overall spendings will grow up. So that's the short demonstration of our tools. If you want some more, you can ask our sales department. They will organize the meeting and show you more of other tools we have. And I'll switch to back to my presentation and tell you about the drivers, this mobile app. So what is the tool? Actually, it's like the place he hold the road. So it could be installed on both a system on iOS or Google phone, or this like Android. What he can see the road, he can use the navigation, he can see the list of the stops, he even can manage all the goods on the locations, and all this process really connects with the warehouse itself. So the starts of the road starts from applying the orders, and then he's driving. He can notify you that some problems on the loading process, so that something is not prepared and so on. all these tools is inside one app, so it's really, really useful for the driver. Now I'd like to switch to the cases we have. That's like completed projects, just a few of them, but if you want some more, you can ask us, we will provide you the information. So first of all is like MHP is agricultural holding that provides like 30 manufactured plants, and they actually have about 60 million kilometers per year of overall fleet outrun. So what we have done for this company. Here's the brands. Probably you can know the Qualiko. It's situated in United Arab Emirates, so it's sold on many stores. So that's one of the brands of the image we have. So what was the core points that they want to reach? So first of all, they want to decrease the delivery cost by 10%. Also, they have the needs to manage the fleet and control it, and they understand that there is some extra mileage, but they don't know what was that. Last but not least, as I told you, it was the data itself and our analytical model to find out what are the different parts they need to change to improve the process. So what was the achievements? We implement the system for less than half a year and provide overall control of this process, and also they reach the goals. So first of all, they decreased dramatically the number of vehicles. It was about 12%. It's not displayed on the screen, but tell you that it was. Also, they reached like 4.5% of of extra mileage. Yeah, and it is one of the smallest amount of overall clients we have. Also, they have some tools that need to be changed to reach this actually goals. So we have to change the hardware of these GPS monitoring tools, and the units was replaced because they provide some bad data with some more errors. And overall, they have the effects. So 20% decreasing of late visits. So it was like 25 in the start, some late visit. The late visit is like 50 minutes later. It is late visit from the perspective of MHP. Now they have just only 5 or less than 5% of late visits, so it's right in time mostly, and they have decreasing their extra mileage, as I told you, dramatically, and the planned time decreased very much. The next point is Coca Cola company. We work with this company in 2 countries, is Czech Republic and Slovakia. They have like 75 or about something like this fleet right now. Only in Czech Republic, in Slovakia, it's a little bit more, it's a little bit less. And what do they have? So actually, before the project, they have 100% of rented fleet, and they don't have the ability to manage the cost because the price and the tariffs for the client for this rented fleet was per kilogram actually. So if you deliver something in a distance of 100 kilometers or 10 kilometers, it's equal price. So everybody understands that it is the highest rate that put in these tariffs. So they decide to change something, but without the mileage control, without the control overall of the road, they don't have such an ability. What they have got, so they implement the road planning. So in this case, they find out what are the road mileage for each direction. They sign another contract and change the base of tariffication from 1 kilogram to 1 kilometer, depending on the capacity of the vehicle. What they have, they reduce the cost by 10%, but on the same period, they have the growth of sales and 7%. So totally, it is like 17% reducing the cost of delivery per each kilogram they have. It is good result, and not every client have something like this. Now I'd like to give the word to Mary. So we'll talk about the customer.
No, Alex, we have some of question for you.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. And the first questions, what is the average return for investments your client have?
Okay, it's a good question. We have about the half a year of total return of investments for the project. So it includes all the investments in works to set all the process goals, and it also includes the monthly price per usage of the system. So after 6 months, you have like 0 expenses for the system, and you start to increase your profit because the system provides you the same amount of economy as it was on the previous period. So it's like a half a year, and you will pay off all your investments.
Okay, thanks, Alex. Next question: what system does your system integrate with?
I suppose it's the question about some ERP, yeah, or some kind of this. So we have a list of ERP we can connect with. It's like SAP, some forecast systems. It could be GDI and so on. So we have like 10 of them that we can integrate with.
Okay, thanks. And next question from one of participants: how long does it take to implement the system? For example, we have 20 vehicles or 50 vehicles.
50 vehicles. Actually, it depends not only from the vehicles, it depends on the number of warehouses you have, because we have to study your stuff with us, how to work with the system. And it takes about 3 months to implement the system itself. So first month we spend on investigation the processes and find out how to implement our solution in best way. So what is your goals, what do you want to reach, what do you have as restrictions, and so on. After we create all these investigations, we start integration, and that's the second month. It could be less, but it also depends of the speed of developers from the client side. And the third one is the launch in real usage of the system. So it will take about this, more or less like 3 months. But I have to tell you that the shortest project we have, it was 3.5 weeks. So it could be done faster, but it also depends of the speed of the customers.
Okay, and last question for you: is it possible to improve the analytics system?
Yes, it's possible. It's fully customized. You can ask us to make some enhances, yeah, and for some low amount of money, we can develop some custom version for you, and you will use it in your own purposes, because the model of calculation in different companies is different. So we understand it, and we are client oriented, and so we try to do our best to deliver the best result for our clients. So it is possible, yes.
Okay, Alex, thanks a lot. Enough question for you. Yeah, we are moving, and next speaker, it's Mary. Mary, hello, go on.
Hello for everyone. As was said, my name is Mary and I'm Customer Success Manager at the ABM TMS Rinkai. And today I would like to tell you what customer success is and what role it plays for business. First of all, customer success is live tool that helps customers to use the system capabilities to the maximum. Customer Success Manager acts as a link for feedback from client to our product and development team. Thus, the possibility to occur with any problems is minimalized. When you use any software, including TMS, it is very important that after implementation, the client becomes responsible to our customer success manager, who helps solve problems and provide consultations. Also, he make sure that you can achieve your goals. It can be global goals as a success for a company after implementation, or individual goals for end users like forwarders, logisticians, drivers to efficiently work and develop themselves. Users can choose any convenient communication channel, and in each of them, our managers always ready to help and give an advice. So now I have one question. How many software vendors provide customer success service to you? We'll have 1 minute for your answers.
On your screen, you can see the window and check, please. Yeah. Thank you very much. %, no one. Interesting result.
Yes, it's really interesting. And now I would like to say why customer success is a strong part of our product. Because in order to avoid any problems and use the system efficiently as possible, we have provided the monthly reporting system. And I can slide. Okay, these reports managers receive monthly and can see how each branch worked in a month. It values in the fact that our managers quickly notice problems and the client instantly receive a solution. The logistician directors and their team don't need to come up with a solution on their own, because they get it from customer success managers who already has many years of experience. This increases speed and quality of decisions made and affects the overall result for the company. This monthly monitoring helps to compile long-term customer-like statistics that affect of overall result for the company. We call this as audit of users' work in the system. And now I will show how it looks like and how it happens. Every day, logisticians make some plans in the system. So we choose any plan with average number of points to visit and average number used vehicles. Then we evaluate what violations were made during the planning and reschedule it, making some system settings that could be missed by users in order to achieve the most effective result. So on the example of this report, you can see a branch by branch retrospective, where is a difference in costs and vehicles. The smallest cycle indicates the depot or branch where difference between our and logistician plans is completely insignificant. And the red one where it is significant and need to be attention to. On the left, you can see the total savings. It is in percent and in units in terms of costs, kilometers, and used vehicles. So on the next slide, we can see detailed analysis of cost difference for each branch. And the one that needs to be work more earlier, and the first one, it's also highlighted in red. How you can see, it is depot one. All found violation in a plan, we are taken out by a branch on separate list of our report. You could see the list of violations, and the depot that has any of it, mark it in red color. For elimination the violations, we also provide a list of our recommendations. It shows the logisticians what additional settings of the system for himself he should do to make his work more comfortable and effective. So, as case of work with these reports, I would like to tell you about Epicure company. It is a major producer and supplier of chicken meat in the Ukraine. For completion of our reports, it's report for October and the result of our together work for January. How you can see from screenshots and different reports, the first one is for October and the second is one for January. The difference in all units is decreased. So our managers had found that the main problems were that delivery was not in time windows, and a lot of the vehicles were overloaded by weight. And their managers saw by themselves that logisticians cannot set up the system and therefore begin to plan everything manually. And this manual planning generates a lot of extra expenses. For example, each branch has different specific. One of them has customers with a high RAM, so there need to be product to be delivered with specific cars. And another one has early like points that need to be delivered in early morning. But the most important request it was that logisticians don't need to struggle with the system, but can customize it and fit their needs. After our reports, we began active work with their logisticians, their managers, and our team members. There we analyzed all points of the reports and tell how to read them correctly, then determine an action plan, which branch has the most problems and where it is necessary to turn earlier. We left a plan calls to hear from logisticians during the planning what is wrong and offer some solutions. Connected we until the logisticians and branch haven't some results that they need, and until we heard from there that it's start easier to work with the system, and in general they know how to set it up. So in the result, we and they have positive feedback from customers about improving the level of service, getting into time windows improved in 5 times, and delivery cost was reduction by 10%. Also, they noticed that they have fleet savings. So I think that it's a good result for our together work and example of our care about our clients. It's all. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mary. For you also, we have a couple of questions. First one, how often clients need technical support? In your experience, of course.
From my experience, it's every day because the clients have really different needs. It can be some advices in planning, some advices in settings, or some or making some restriction or the map. So it's every day support for our clients.
Mary, by the way, who needs in general technical supports? I mean, which one from the partner or maybe a specialist? It's about logistics or maybe top management or something like that.
From my experience, we have a request a lot of from logisticians.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks.
Yes, from top management, it's only when we receive our reports.
Okay. Second one, how long does it take to learn the system in general?
In general, it can be, I don't know, maybe 1 week, maybe 2 weeks. For education of our clients, we have some special video course in Syntegrum. There they can see videos and answer some tests. And we have some writing manual. It has some special fields of any parts of our system.
It's enough, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. We have no more question for you. And maybe some of participants have any question. We have some of time, maybe. By the way, I would like to say that, of course, it's not enough time to explain all the detail, all the benefits which receive company from our system and from our team. And it's short meeting and introduce short information and cases about us and about our system. And of course, we ready to meet with you individually online. It's need sometimes about 30 minutes or 20 minutes to explain, to short conversation for understanding what can we help and what can we develop your logistics system. And it's why I invite you and your company to take part in our next webinar and take part in different conferences because our consultant and specialist will invite in different conference. And of course, we have a lot of links. We have our website and LinkedIn, Facebook. We are ready to be friends with you, by the way. And of course, thank you very much for your time and for your participation. And we will see in the future. Have you a great and good experience and enjoy your business project.
And by the way,
thanks.
if you want to use our system in your business infrastructure, we're able and we will be very happy to incorporate with you. So you can use the links and to connect with us. We'll provide it on professional level with a fair price.
Yeah. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Mary. And see you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.